This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. Want to start playing competitively? It's very easy to do so with instant email delivery with the codes, and they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, reaching from league battle decks, specific promo codes, or even the latest booster packs in town. So definitely check out PotownStore.com, and you can use the coupon code TCG for 5% off your next order. How wonderful is that? Also check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every day. If you're a European player, you're obligated to check out the link in the description below. We're going to be able to check out Card Market, and you can buy cards and sell cards to people all across Europe, so definitely do so. You're going to be helping me out a ton. So definitely enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's TCG here, and welcome back to another TCG deck profile video on my channel. We are still exploring new decks from Battle Styles. This deck comes out on 19th of March, and we are already taking a look at one of the more popular archetypes out there. This time around it's Tapu Koko VMAX. I am going to warn you, this is probably not going to be a top tier archetype just because the lot of switches being played in decks, and you can be playing around Omastar. So this is a list revolving around Omastar with item lock. It could be very good, but it still has to be proven itself in the format. The good news is that we have two different Tapu Koko Vs now. Tapu Koko VMAX automatically paralyzes, and we have nice ways to search out stuff like the Research Lab, the Pokemon Research Lab, to get ourselves Omanyte on the first turn as well as a Voltorb. So interesting deck list for sure. If the opponent is not running Birdkeeper or Melolon and they resolve around a huge bench size, they will probably be stuck in the active position because of the paralyzation, which is totally awesome. I'm going to be explaining this deck profile, so if you're hyped for this, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button. This is by popular demand that we're checking out Tapu Koko VMAX, and this is based on a successful Japanese list already. So first things first, let's just talk about Tapu Koko VMAX. This is what the card, the deck is actually all about. Tapu Koko VMAX, 320 HP VMAX Pokemon, only a 1 retreat cost, which is pretty awesome. And we have, of course, the amazing attack Max Shock. Only 1 attack, and it slaps 180 damage. Before we talk about the side effect of this attack, 180 is already enough to knock out Crobat, Dedenne, and Eldegoss. That's already good in my book. This list is running 3 copies of Boss's Order, so sometimes you can take your last 2 prize cards just by bossing one of those 2 prize bench hitters, which is awesome. Now to the secondary effect. So we slap 180 damage, and if we have more prize cards left than the opponent's active Pokemon is automatically paralyzed. This is very similar to Tandem Shock, if I'm being honest, because Tandem Shock also automatically paralyzes the opponent's active, but this is not paired with like item lock. In the past we had like Tandem Shock and Pikarom decks. They revolve around Reset Stamp and Marnie. We also have 4 copies of Marnie and 2 copies of Reset Stamp, putting the opponent to a low hand size, so they're probably stuck. And the good news about 180, besides like 160 from the Tandem Shock, is that we can 2-shot all the VMAXs in town, because in total that's 360 damage. Even stuff like Eternus goes down. So how can we make this work? Because I know like right now almost all decks, all popular decks, run 4 copies of Switch in their deck list, which is crazy because they just switch out of the active and just attack with something else, or just use Switch and a retreat with something else. So this is very dangerous. That's why we are going to be running Omastar. Omastar from Team Up has the Fossil Bind ability, and that actually states here that if we have fewer bench Pokemon than the opponent is in an item lock. That is going to be awesome because if they are in item lock, they cannot play down switches. The new introduced Escape Rope is also not being able to get played. So Air Balloon is also an item card, getting them out of the active position. U-turn board, all of those item cards are blocked from play, which is totally awesome. We're also running Tool Scrapper, so sometimes the opponent might already have an Air Balloon or something on one of their Pokemon, but that will not matter because if you have, of course, stuff like the attack where they are paralyzed, they are not able to manually retreat. So Air Balloon and U-turn board, not that important, but you can get rid of a couple of tool cards with, of course, Tool Scrapper. Things like Big Charm, very important, because if like an Eternus has a Big Charm, you can no longer like 2-hit KO it, which is very huge to think about. So I do love the Tool Scrapper right here. So what else can we see in this list is that we run 2 different Tapu Koko V. We have the Tapu Koko V from Sword and Shield, which is able to slap a flat 200 with its attack, which is not too shabby. It also comes back with free retreat, which is very, very awesome. And its first attack, which is able to like draw you 2 cards while slapping 20 damage, which is actually not too bad. So I prefer that Tapu Koko V over the new one, but we do have a new Tapu Koko V, which is also thrown into this list. And that's just because of his, not only can you slap like 40 damage for 1 energy, I personally would not recommend using that attack, but it could set yourself up like you can do 40 damage and then like do the attack and 1-hit KOization. It is possible, but I wouldn't recommend it. The second attack, nevertheless, is pretty interesting. That's why there's 1 copy of this Tapu Koko V in here. You also don't have free retreat on this one. And it actually is called Spiral Thunder, 20 damage base. And this attack does 40 more damage for every energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Very, very huge against those decks like Scorch that like Attach of Turn, Flare Starter, Welder, all those crazy things, and suddenly they have like 8 energies in play. Well, 8 energies times 4, that's a huge heap of damage, so that's why this Tapu Koko V could come and play to slap huge damage. Also against Pikarom, they use full blitz, and they're like, I have enough energy, so boom, you're knocked out. That's why this 1 copy of that is in here. So now that we talked about the main attackers like Tapu Koko V, there is of course Omastar. Omastar will allow you to put the opponent in an item lock, and that means they are not able to play down quick balls, they are not able to play down reset stamp, they're not able to play down tool cards, they're not able to play down communications. All of their stuff, and mainly like the switches of course and the escape rope. So that is going to be awesome for us because the opponent will be stuck and we're going to try and 2-shot all VMAXs in town. Now the main question is of course, how do we accelerate energies to Tapu Koko VMAX? As we saw, we need 3 energies in total to get this attack going. You could resort to Tapu Koko Prism Star to just accelerate energy and Attach of Turn, but that still will not get you over the edge. Instead, we have something better planned, and that's going to be Electrode. This Electrode is, of course, from an earlier set, so you should be able to get your hands on them rather easily. And you can just explode an Electrode, and that means the opponent is able to take a prize card. And then you can accelerate 2 lightning energies from the deck to one of your Pokemon. So it's gonna be awesome because that means you can just blow up Electrode. Opponent takes a prize card, we're gonna be behind in prize cards, and that means we automatically activate the max shock, so the opponent is of course ahead in the prize race, and we can able to like 1-hit KO, actually 2-hit KO, but they're gonna be paralyzed automatically. That's what I'm gonna say here. So that's gonna be very interesting, a 3-3 line of those Electrodes, so you can blow up 2 Electrodes in a game, and the opponent will still need to knock out 2 VMAXs, which is awesome. And we're gonna be seeing how this list will perform very shortly when the cards are revealed on TCGO. What else can we see here is that we're gonna be running a tag call engine. We're not gonna be going for research or Jirachi, like Stellarish and all that. No, nothing of that sort. We're just gonna rely on a tag call engine. And there's 4 copies of Tackle in here, even though we're not running any VMAX, actually no tag team Pokemon, we have tag team supporters. And the main thing we want to search out is Guzma and Hala tag team supporter is going to be crucial because that allows you to search your deck for a special energy card, a tool card, as well as a stadium card. So very interesting for sure, but because this allows you to get that Pokemon Research Lab on the first turn going second, and you can get yourself out that Omanyte, or actually 2 Omanytes if you're afraid of the opponent like knocking one of them out already. Maybe they're playing something like Spit Shot, Cramorant, you never know how it happens. But still, you can get yourself that Omanyte out of the deck thanks to the Pokemon Research Lab. Capture Energy will allow you to get a Voltorb out, and we also have Air Balloon to get something awkward. Maybe you started with an with a Voltorb in the first place, you can get that out of the active position too. You can promote a Tapu Koko. So you can get everything out with Goose Hala. You also have access to Malolano, so that means sometimes the opponent is like trying to go for a 2-shot or whatever. You can negate that by using Malolano, healing yourself up. This is also a way you can search out a switch option. Sometimes the opponent will like Boss's Order your your one and only Omastar, but then they pass the turn while they try, we're gonna trap you. Well, you can just use Tag Call, go for Malolano to switch out of that awkward position. Of course, Cynthia Catlin can get yourself some supporters back from the discard pile. I'm thinking about Boss's Orders. There's 3 copies of Boss's Orders in here because typically you just want to like boss a VMAX and just paralyze it, and then the next turn knock it out, take 3 prize cards, and do it over again the following turn. That's very easy. Also, stuff like Eternus will always have a huge bench space. Let's just be honest, they want to go in for 1-hit KOs, and they will have a bigger bench space than ourselves. Same goes for stuff like ADPization. They have like maybe Mawile. They have the Danajax, Crobat, Azation, and ADP itself. So lots of decks are running on a huge bench space. Also thinking about like Scorch deck, we have Jirachi, Volcanion, maybe the Danajax and a Scorch. So they will have a bigger bench space, and we can item lock them, and we can trap them and paralyze them. It's gonna be awesome. What else can we see in this list is that we have 4 copies of Evolution Incense. The reason why there's a high amount of evolution incense in here is that most of the time we will start with, of course, Goose Hala, so we can find capture energy either for Voltorb or Tapu Koko V, depending on what we started with. And then we have, of course, the Pokemon Research Labs to find ourselves Omanyte. So yeah, always have your 3 main Pokemon set up. So evolution incense will make it easier to find Electrode, find Omastar, find Tapu Koko VMAX. So 4 copies of that is an interesting development indeed. Then some Pokemon communications, so you can actually swap between Pokemon. Not that we're running a lot of Pokemon in here, but just in case, we can also try. We need to set up 3 stage 1s. I know it doesn't seem that easy, but as soon as you get the lock up, you have the attack going, and that's all you need. Then there's a copy of Escape Rope, very interesting. Not only getting the Omastar out of the active position, we do have a Tapu Koko V with free retreat, which means you always have a pivot, and you can make it life awkward for the opponent, because as mentioned, they will not be able to play down their switch cards just because they are item locked. And yeah, that's about it for this list. Air Balloons and Escape Rope and Melowana getting ourselves out of the active position. And we have also some extra consistency with the 4 Speed Lightning Energy. So Speed Lightning Energy on Tapu Koko V is your main opening choice. Then finding Tackle, Goose Hala, finding Capture Energy, and Pokemon Research Lab. And Air Balloon, finding yourself Omanyte and Voltorb. And the following turn, you spam your Evolution Incense, and boom, you're ready to go. Marnie the opponent to a low hand size, get energies from the deck thanks to Electrode, and then bam, Max Shock, paralyzing. Hopefully a 3 prize Pokemon. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. This was highly suggested by you guys. If you have any other suggestions, put them down in the comment section below. I'll definitely be taking a look at it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to demolish that like button as always, as it helps to support the channel more than you would possibly think. Be sure to thank our sponsors, of course. Go check out PoTownStore.com. That is the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. They will have everything up on stock for Battle Styles very shortly. Right now, you can get yourself Zacian codes, you can get yourself Eternus codes, League Battle Deck codes to start playing in the Player Cup. You have Trainer Toolkit codes, everything you might need, and you can use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% of your order, which is awesome. Also, check out our other sponsor. If you are a European player, it is cardmarket.com. There you can actually buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Very awesome platform. I personally use it every day. Be sure to check it out by using the link in the description below. Anyhow, see yourself out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another TCG video. Peace out.